Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Any of various games played with a ball, round or oval, in which two teams try to kick or carry or propel the ball into each other's goal. The inflated oblong ball used in playing American football. Any of various games played with a ball, round or oval, in which two teams try to kick or carry or propel the ball into each other's goal. A sport that necessarily involves body contact between opposing players. An outdoor game played on a field of specified dimensions. A lavish dance requiring formal attire. United States comedian best known as the star of a popular television program, 1911 to 1989. A solid projectile that is shot by a musket. They had to carry a ramrod as well as powder and ball. A ball game played with a bat and ball between two teams of 9 players. Teams take turns at bat trying to score runs. He played baseball in high school. A compact mass. A ball of mud caught him on the shoulder. One of the 2 male reproductive glands that produce spermatozoa and secrete androgens. She kicked him in the balls and got away. An object with a spherical shape. A ball of fire. A more or less rounded anatomical body or mass. The ball at the base of the thumb. A pitch that is not in the strike zone. He threw 9 straight balls before the manager yanked him. A spherical object used as a plaything. He played with his rubber ball in the bathtub. Form into a ball by winding or rolling. Ball wool. Round object that is hit or thrown or kicked in games. The ball traveled 90 miles per hour on his serve. The people assembled at a lavish formal dance. The ball was already emptying out before the fire alarm sounded. A football game in which 2 teams of 11 players try to kick or head a ball into the opponent's goal. Football played for pay. A form of football played with an oval ball. A game played by 2 teams of 11 players on a rectangular field 100 yards long. Teams try to get possession of the ball and advance it across the opponent's goal line in a series of running or passing plays. A football game in which 2 teams of 11 players try to kick or head a ball into the opponent's goal. A form of football played with an oval ball. A form of football played with an oval ball. A game played by 2 teams of 11 players on a rectangular field 100 yards long. Teams try to get possession of the ball and advance it across the opponent's goal line in a series of running or passing plays. One of 2 equal parts of a divisible whole. Half a loaf. Consisting of one of 2 equivalent parts in value or quantity. A half chicken. One of 2 divisions into which some games or performances are divided. The 2 divisions are separated by an interval. Partial. Gave me a half smile. Of siblings, related through one parent only. A half brother. Partially or to the extent of a half. He was half hidden by the bushes. A distensible membranous sac, usually containing liquid or gas. A bag that fills with air. Not yet finished. An uncompleted play. Not caught or not caught within bounds. An uncompleted pass. The act of delivering a blow with the foot. He gave the ball a powerful kick. Express complaints, discontent, displeasure, or unhappiness. She has a lot to kick about. Stop consuming. Kick a habit. Informal terms for objecting. Spring back, as from a forceful thrust. The gun kicked back into my shoulder. The backward jerk of a gun when it is fired.
A rhythmic thrusting movement of the legs as in swimming or calisthenics.
The kick must be synchronized with the arm movements. The swift release of a store of effective force. He does it for kicks. Drive or propel with the foot. Kick a leg up. Make a goal. He kicked the extra point after touchdown. Strike with the foot. The boy kicked the dog. The sudden stimulation provided by strong drink, or certain drugs. A sidecar is a smooth drink, but it has a powerful kick. Thrash about or strike out with the feet. Place in a line or arrange so as to be parallel or straight. Form a queue, form a line, stand in line. Arrange in ranks. Get something or somebody for a specific purpose. Form a line. The buildings all line up neatly. Take one's position before a kickoff. Hit hard. Take into custody. Complete a pass. Locate exactly. The chemists could not nail the identity of the chromosome. Succeed at easily. She nailed her astrophysics course. Succeed in obtaining a position. He nailed down a spot at Harvard. A former unit of length for cloth equal to 1/16 of a yard. A thin pointed piece of metal that is hammered into materials as a fastener. Attach something somewhere by means of nails. Nail the board onto the wall. Horny plate covering and protecting part of the dorsal surface of the digits. Kick a ball from a stationary position in football. Score a goal by making a place kick. Football, the person who plays quarterback. American football, the position of the football player in the backfield who directs the offensive play of his team. Quarterback is the most important position on the team. Play the quarterback. The income or profit arising from such transactions as the sale of land or other property. The average return was about 5%. The key on electric typewriters or computer keyboards that causes a carriage return and a line feed. Document giving the tax collector information about the taxpayer's tax liability. His gross income was enough that he had to file a tax return. Go back to a previous state. Elect again. A coming to or returning home. On his return from Australia, we gave him a welcoming party. Happening again, especially at regular intervals. The return of spring. Be restored. Her old vigor returned. Give or supply. Pass down. Pay back. Go back to something earlier. Getting something back again. Bring back to the point of departure. The act of someone appearing again. Answer back. Give back. A quick reply to a question or remark, especially a witty or critical one. Be inherited by. The land returned to the family. The occurrence of a change in direction back in the opposite direction. A reciprocal group action. In return, we gave them as good as we got. American football. The act of running back the ball after a kickoff or punt or interception or fumble. A tennis stroke that sends the ball back to the other player. He won the point on a cross-court return. Go or come back to place, condition, or activity where one has been before. Return to your native land. Make a return. Return a kickback. Return in kind. Return a compliment. Return to a previous position, in mathematics. The point returned to the interior of the figure. Submit, a report, etc., to someone in authority. The act of going back to a prior location. They set out on their return to the base camp. Put a harness. Gear consisting of ropes etc. supporting a ship's masts and sails. Gear used in fishing. Accept as a challenge. I'll tackle this difficult task. American football. A position on the line of scrimmage. It takes a big man to play tackle. American football. Grasping an opposing player with the intention of stopping by throwing to the ground. Seize and throw down an opponent player, who usually carries the ball. The person who plays that position on a football team. The right tackle is a straight A student. Used of a player skilled in stealing the ball or robbing a batter of a hit. A ball-hawking center fielder. Varying in direction suddenly and frequently. Broken field running. Successfully completed or brought to an end. The completed project. Caught. A completed forward pass. Of a marriage, completed by the first act of sexual intercourse after the ceremony. Move past. A black limousine passed by when she looked out the window. Eliminate from the body. Grant authorization or clearance for. A usually brief attempt. Success in satisfying a test or requirement. His future depended on his passing that test. Come to pass. Of advancing the ball by throwing it. A team with a good passing attack. Pass from physical life and lose all bodily attributes and functions necessary to sustain life. A document indicating permission to do something without restrictions. The media representatives had special passes. Cause to pass. She passed around the plates. Be superior or better than some standard. Transmit information. Pass along the good news. Go unchallenged. Be approved. Pass over, across, or through. Place into the hands or custody of. Sports. The act of throwing the ball to another member of your team. The pass was fumbled. Pass into a specified state or condition. Make laws, bills, etc. or bring into effect by legislation. They passed the amendment. A difficult juncture. A pretty pass. Stretch out over a distance, space, time, or scope. Run or extend between 2 points or beyond a certain point. A permit to enter or leave a military installation. He had to show his pass in order to get out. Pass by. A bad or difficult situation or state of affairs. Travel past. The sports car passed all the trucks. Disappear gradually. The pain eventually passed off. American football. A play that involves one player throwing the ball to a teammate. The coach sent in a passing play on 3rd and long. Baseball. An advance to first base by a batter who receives 4 balls. The location in a range of mountains of a geological formation that is lower than the surrounding peaks. We got through the pass before it started to snow. An automatic advance to the next round in a tournament without playing an opponent. Go successfully through a test or a selection process. She passed the New Jersey bar exam and can practice law now. Be inherited by. Use up a period of time in a specific way. Any authorization to pass or go somewhere. The pass to visit had a strict time limit. Accept or judge as acceptable. The teacher passed the student although he was weak. A complimentary ticket. The star got passes for his family. A flight or run by an aircraft over a target. The plane turned to make a second pass. Allow to go without comment or censure. The insult passed as if unnoticed. Go across or through. We passed the point where the police car had parked. Military, a written leave of absence. He had a pass for 3 days. One complete cycle of operations, as by a computer. It was not possible to complete the computation in a single pass. Throw, a ball, to another player. Smith passed. Transfer to another, of rights or property. Our house passed under his official control. Lasting a very short time. A passing fancy. Hasty and without attention to detail, not thorough. A passing glance. A bodily reaction of changing from one place or stage to another. The passing of flatus. Success in satisfying a test or requirement. His future depended on his passing that test. Going by something that is moving in order to get in front of it. She drove but well, but her reckless passing of every car on the road frightened me. Of advancing the ball by throwing it. A team with a good passing attack. To an extraordinary degree. She was a surpassingly beautiful woman. Euphemistic expressions for death. Thousands mourned his passing. The motion of one object relative to another. Stellar passings can perturb the orbits of comets. American football. A play that involves one player throwing the ball to a teammate. The coach sent in a passing play on 3rd and long. Allowing you to pass, e.g., an examination or inspection, satisfactorily. A passing grade. The end of something. The passing of winter. The act of participating in an athletic competition involving running on a track. The act of running, traveling on foot at a fast pace. American football. A play in which a player attempts to carry the ball through or past the opposing team. The coach put great emphasis on running. A VG, a machine, performing or capable of performing. In running, or working, order. Measured lengthwise. Cost of lumber per running foot. Continually repeated over a period of time. A running joke among us. Of advancing the ball by running. The team's running plays worked better than its pass plays. Of fluids, moving or issuing in a stream. As mountain stream with freely running water. The act of administering or being in charge of something. He has responsibility for the running of two companies at the same time. The state of being in operation. A running engine. Executed or initiated by running. Running plays worked better than pass plays. A support that you can lean against while sitting. The back of the dental chair was adjustable. Give support or one's approval to. I can't back this plan. Establish as valid or genuine. Can you back up your claims? The side that goes last or is not normally seen. He wrote the date on the back of the photograph. The protective covering on the front, back, and spine of a book. The series of vertebrae forming the axis of the skeleton and protecting the spinal cord. The fall broke his back. The posterior part of a human, or animal, body from the neck to the end of the spine. His back was nicely tanned. In or to or toward a pastime. Set the clocks back an hour. Place a bet on. Which horse are you backing? Be behind. Approve of. I backed Kennedy in 1960. Located at or near the back of an animal. Back, or hind, legs. The part of something that is furthest from the normal viewer. He stood at the back of the stage. At or to or toward the back or rear. He moved back. American football. The position of a player on a football team who is stationed behind the line of scrimmage. Be in back of. My garage backs their yard. Cause to travel backward. Back the car into the parking spot. Football. A person who plays in the backfield. Of an earlier date. Back issues of the magazine. Related to or located at the back. The backyard. Shift to a counterclockwise direction. The wind backed. Strengthen by providing with a back or backing. Support financial backing for. Back this enterprise. The part of a garment that covers the back of your body. They pinned a "kick me" sign on his back. Travel backward. Back into the driveway. Football. The player who is carrying, and trying to advance, the ball on an offensive play.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.